Again,
you know what you need? I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I know what your problem is.
I don't have a problem.
You need less Jesus. You need less Jesus in your life to smoke these motherfuckers out here, because you know I am. Look, I'm be out in these streets, man. You need to stop forgiving people and being nice. Look, Nick, come at these motherfuckers full force.
Let's keep this ambiguous because that's fun. You know, your little discussion about that we talked about earlier, little clip.
If you don't like Nick, not watching him is always an option.
Yeah.
But
you're gonna make me defend YouTube.
He should be allowed to be He should be allowed to be there for the people who want to see them. I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
Well, you're gonna make me defend YouTube because you say the internet. I don't think Nick's been kicked off the internet, nor should he be. But I mean, YouTube gets to select what it wants to do with its platform. No.
Well, not if Texas has its way, but that's another topic for another time, maybe. And for what it's worth, REKIETA Media is based in Texas, so he's got that going for him.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of hope for that Fifth Circuit opinion.
Well, I reviewed it and I thought it was really, really good, personally.
Oh,
and the thing is, you know the fucking pussy ass bitches who aren't your friends whenever something happens, they don't have your back. And I'm gonna say it because none of these other content creators are gonna say it. Fuck everybody who calls themselves, I'm saying it right now. Put my money on this right now. Put my fucking money on this. Anybody who is in LawTube or calls themselves in LawTube, particularly those that came on Nick's show, that streamed with him, that were there grifting off him, particularly back in the day, particularly if they were during the Rittenhouse era. Anybody who came on that stream, who came on his platform, they grew their channels, they grew relatively big, right? And if they are not covering this, if they're not supporting him, they are full of shit. You should unsubscribe from them. I'm going to say it. You should goddamn unsubscribe. I'm sorry. That's my personal opinion. I'm not going to fucking hold back. All these other people, they're like, oh, I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want to anger the fucking communist cabal that's going on here. No, I don't give a fuck. If they are not supporting him right now, this is it. This is do or die, motherfuckers. When somebody's deleted off of YouTube, you have to say something. If you're not saying something, you're a goddamn pussy. You're a fucking Judas Iscariot. Okay, and you might as well go join the fucking Troons and Chris Boozy,
right? Where Kurt, my man Kurt, is being an absolute bro and has been this entire time to all the banning. No shortage of support from Kurt, but one of the people on the panel there had it invited me somewhere, and then when it looked like I might go, there was some tension, we'll say. And I did not go for completely unrelated reasons because I would have gone anyway. But let's just say if I would have showed up, people would not have been happy about that. Despite my very, very, very fucking neutral take on all of the drama that was going on at the time.
But we do take the process of the judicial system, the court system, very, very seriously. And we take court rules also very, very seriously. So I wanted to make a statement about that. When we are sending folks into the courtroom, we have a hope, an expectation, a hope that folks are going to be following the rules of the courtroom.
That was apparently too much. I think people can figure out what I'm talking about.
Well, you're very controversial, so you know.
But even after that, on some other streams where I appeared with this person, I said, no drama from me, no drama on my side. I'm all good. Everything's cool. But apparently that might not have been reciprocally true, we'll say. But, you know, some people just don't have the courage to say it, I guess, until they think you're gone.
You know what I was thinking?
Yeah.
You guys know me. I don't want to fucking have drama. I don't care. People will do what they do and say what they say, and I will ignore it for a really, really, really fucking long time because it's fine. Like I'm an interesting commodity. I'm abrasive and offensive, but what I don't do is I don't smoke people.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
Everyone in fucking.
Book
So
it.
I've sent links to Legal Mindset and the DUI guy. They said they would join us if. So see what
Really,
happens.
Andrew Leary coming in.
Yeah, I think they're just watching, see what we're doing first thing.
Don't worry, Andrew's not fucking worried. He'll call
I know,
me
Andrew won't give a shit. No. Going on.
Yeah. Howdy, guys.
Who's in chat?
Hi, Sean. Good to
42
see you.
people.
Good to see everybody, Div. Always a pleasure. Saw the stuff you put out, pretty good. I liked it.
Thanks. They had fun last night. That was a good show. I loved it when Nick showed up.
Yeah,
Well, I will say, those of you who got to see his locals live stream last night, as much as he was good on with Drex.
Yeah.
Really?
Was
it good?
He was fucking running through the streets like a wild man.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The internet is peak. Everyone is peak right now. It's wonderful.
Well.
Oh, now we can hear you. Dope.
So
yeah,
I'm
well,
gonna
let's
finish watching this because
let's finish.
I woke up to all of this morning because everything
Oh.
goes on during the night in my time. It sucks.
Yes.
Australia.
Yes.
Until they smoke me. And
that when he came in with that,
you know,
Yep. I
was straight on fire.
These hoes ain't. Oh God.
yeah, no Grim.
And you know, I had not even seen that clip that we're talking about here. I had not seen that clip. I didn't even look. I didn't care.
So he didn't even see that clip that he's seen Legal Bites and Hogan and all them talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Until then, that's crazy.
Well, I didn't see Hogan all that till yesterday either in the afternoon.
Yeah, same.
And I gave blanket statements about everybody who, you know, everybody was really supportive. And then I called out people very specifically that I knew were supportive that I could think of. But, you know, like after seeing that clip, I was like, you know, that's kind of some bullshit. Like, that's just fucking kind of some bullshit. Because I don't recall ever saying a cross or negative word about either of the people on that stream at all, ever.
Yeah, there's no reason for that at all.
And I was very surprised to see that. Like, but you know, that's how some people are, and
Yes,
it's too bad.
I mean,
it was pretty breaded, pretty much bullshit to see that.
Yeah.
That's the way it is, man. That's the way it is. I'm out here, and when I thought that my words could get some people into some hot shit, I extracted myself from the community. I was like, nobody needs to apologize or own anything that I do ever, right? Like no one's responsible for what I say, and I don't want anybody to do that. I don't want some like organization to be at risk because I think that's super gay. But no, it was like so I extracted myself. But you know, like if people want to be. If people want to have things to say about me, that's fine. But I've never said anything negative about any of them. Even when one of them pulled some extreme bullshit, in my opinion, I was very tame in my thing, even apologetic in my criticism and saying, "Oh yeah." When the I don't know if you know about this drama, but
What's going on, Grim? Is that happening, man?
I had forgot all of the details of this video, and so when I sent it to DUI guy, I was like, I don't think we talked about it until like the 7-minute mark. So I hope he just watched the whole video because I'm an idiot.
Because I'm surprised that he brought up the DUI guy thing again. I'm like that's a good thing. So a lot of people, especially them LAWTUBERs, want to keep that a bit quiet. What happened?
Well, that's what he's saying, basically. Like, I didn't want any of this smoke. I didn't want to do anything until you put my name in your mouth. And then, well, hey, while we're at it, like.
Yeah. And I think for Nick, some of it too was probably he thought he's not going to go out and try to. I guess I didn't think he expected it to turn out like this, exactly like this. So, yeah, once it happened, I understand. Yeah, I'd be very much the same way. But at first, I would have said, like, hey, we're just trying to get things going and work as, everybody pushing together. But, yeah, apparently that was not the case.
Hmm. But it sounds like he even knew it then. He clearly...
Yeah, but I think
maybe
he
not
was
clearly.
I think he knew, but I think he wanted to, it's... Everybody's your brother till the rent comes due.
So,
Mm-hmm.
when how he wasn't really invited to her wedding, was it because of the DUI guy stuff? It was, eh?
No, he was already invited.
Yeah, he was
He
invited.
just had a prior engagement, and I respect this rule.
Yeah.
If I've already agreed to one thing, that thing I'm going to. So he was already invited, so...
T-Rex, it's not me on the keyboard, it's Divinity.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, that's you? What, you,
Sorry,
doing
I'll
some
shut
lead
the hell
hacks,
up.
No, are you like hacking the NSA or what?
Here's the fucking problem. I have the worst keyboard in the history of the world, and the keys they're just meant to be loud. I don't know if this is like to annoy your coworkers or whatever, but I'm doing my best. I don't even hear it anymore. I'm just clunk, 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 clunk. My bad. Sorry, guys.
During the Johnny Depp trial, there was a moment where a DUI guy was in the
I remember
courtroom. Yeah, because what happened in the aftermath, the whole, he's not welcome, blah, 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 blah. I thought that was all kind of bullshit. And so I just said, this is a problem with communities. This is a problem with people making communities, and then those communities becoming something. It's like, you can't do this. You don't own this thing unless people all consent to being owned by it or whatever. And I gave a very neutral pitch and even said some things like, you know what, I don't think anything was malicious here. I think it was maybe a bad look, but things are fine. And I tried to give people the benefit of the doubt and allow for redemption, because me, too much Jesus or whatever.
You got way too much, man. I'm trying to take that Jesus out of you. I'm trying to take some Jesus out of you. I mean, I may need
your
some.
hands away from my orifices.
Won't stop. Lions, tigers, bears are my king of the jungle. I stand for the pride. Beat on my chest, that's the rhythm inside. I got so much heart, I'm burning with fire. Can't stop, won't stop till I drop. Keep climbing for the top. Simmer down, you too loud, people around. You can try, but I won't stop, won't stop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like and subscribe to her. She's pretty dope.
Go and subscribe to Divinity if you haven't seen
You
the
should
video.
show that.
Definitely like and subscribe.
I'm going to drop the link in chat for you. Just go and give it a like.
Hey,
Maybe
thanks.
subscribe. And I better give it a like too. Yoink. There you go.
Does that say that it has 12,000 views?
12,000
The
views.
fuck?
It's going viral, bitch.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. That's
awesome.
dope sauce. Yeah, I love that.
Nice. And I like how you got it just over the 8 minute mark.
It's ad minimized though, because I
Nico's
say
going,
fuck too much or they do or something.
Request
It is what it is. I don't
care.
care. I do it for the laws.
LAWTUBERS. Since they want to keep that title, it's fine by me. I don't give a shit.
No,
So-
they don't. They would love to not be that.
Oh, you reckon? You sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
I think
love
they
it.
hate it.
love-
I hate it. Okay, let me just tell you this. So I typed in LawTube one day. And there's a whole thing, lawtube.com, where there's lawyers who give free advice. That has nothing to do with YouTube. Yeah, I was like, maybe that was kind of not, like, they kind of stole that. Y'all kind of stole that.
Well, it just worked out. And I always thought Lawtism was a better thing.
I
but,
agree. 1,000%. It
I
should
mean,
be that.
it's never... It was never meant to be like... I came into that way at the end of it as things were falling apart, which is kind of how things go for me in life when I join any group. It's usually... I join as it's falling apart for some reason. It's a bunch of attorneys, number one. They don't usually like being told what to do, period. Especially by other attorneys.
No.
Especially if that other attorney is not their partner. or has some employment obligation over him. So that doesn't help it, number one. And yeah, it was just, I mean, really the biggest thing for LAWTUBE was that there's a group Twitter DM. That's it. Like that's
That is it.
That is yeah. And that is I will say this much, that is absolutely fucking critical to have access to. I know, because now not having that access, I'm like outside in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been able to
sucks.
Yeah, but I've been able to make contact where I can and get reintegrated with people, which is super helpful.
Yeah.
But that's LAWTUBE right there.
Yeah. Well, that's literally like every group. It's that's all it is.
Yeah.
You know?
That's really when people talk about LAWTUBE, it's like, but we can communicate with each other, but everybody does their own thing regardless.
Mm-hmm. And it's not all lawyers. Like Farron's not a lawyer.
Yeah.
Some of the chicks, like reporters and things like that. It's like it's kind of like just an encompassing term of some of these people.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
What made you support Nick in getting his band? Like, try and get out of the band. I want to hear since you did make some streams and you.
Okay, I mean,
what's your take on that?
Number one, I absolutely despise these communist motherfuckers. I mean, that's no, I'm serious. I swear to God. Like, you heard it on the streams. Like, I fully believe in that meme flowchart or that bar graph where eventually the helicopter fuel does pay for itself at some point on that linear progression. Hans Hermann Hoppe was 100% right. Physical removal. Google that if you guys don't know what it is. It's very important, very critical in life. That is how you deal with collectivism. But no, YouTube is the it's the corporate censorship that's going on and on and on. And yes, you could say, well, it's a private company. Yeah, if you do that enough, you end up with the Pinkertons burning your house down because you won't sell to the railroad. I mean, that, or like Blade Runner, Aliens with the Weyland-Yutani group. That's a private company. And we're past the point of, you can start your own thing, because now they attack you every which way they can. And we're about to the point where, I've said this a bunch of times, I think we're at the next step in this canceling thing is your electric company comes after you because they get bullied into shutting off power. Yeah. And that's the next step, and this needs to be dealt with. And who's pushing it? It's these communists, it's the Marxists, and there's only one good thing they can do, and that is just thud somewhere out in the mountains. Or you could do it like the Paraguayans did, where they put them in the back of a C-130 and just shoved them out like 100 miles out to sea. That works too.
Okay. Grimmy, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Yeah,
in Minecraft, but no, and what they did in Nick was just awful.
Yeah.
What they did to Nick was awful. He got brigaded by these assholes, and I understand, like, they came after him for his livelihood. They did everything they could to harass him and screw with him.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't abide by that. And if those are the ground rules now, let's, like, if you want to, it's kind of like a training day. He takes his pistols and knocking them together. Like, if that's how you want to fucking do this, that's how we'll fucking do this.
Right. Yeah, pick your battles.
That was a lot all at once.
Yeah, and they admitted to wanting to do it every step of the way. They were like, I think you should be deplatformed. Yeah, I think you should lose your shit. And it's like, okay, and then he does, and they take credit for it, and he comes. It was such a mess. They're so sloppy.
Oh yeah. Well, speaking of that, tomorrow I kind of do I did a bit of a cut in my stream where I talk shit about I was talking about Duncan last Thursday night. Mm-hmm. And then I have a little bit of I spliced in Duncan's little gloat stream he had in the day in between the termination and the reinstatement. Oh, and he is the smuggiest piece of shit in that.
Boom.
And it's so good. It's so good.
So wonderful.
Oh, Larry, what's up, man?
How's it going? How are you guys?
Hell yeah, boy.
Good to see you,
brother.
Good to see you all.
A long time.
What's going on?
Well, how do you feel like your name's back in the news?
Sadly, I'd rather keep it off of it.
Yeah? You've been busy in real life?
Yeah, I was actually going through my through the last time I was live, and I'm like, holy crap, I've only been live like once in the last 30 days. Been so busy. I had 3 jury trials back to back. 2 went. I lost both, sadly. But it's interesting. I posted both of them on YouTube, and the internet responded in a very bizarre way. First of all, I usually don't post losses. This is like the first time I tried, and people were confused by the jury's decisions in both cases, which, like, I wish I had those people on my jury and not the actual jury. Would have been nicer, but anyway, I digress.
Wait, do you ask those people? Do you say, what do you think the jury missed, so that you? No, there's no point in dissecting it for you.
No, they volunteer. This is the beauty of the internet. You just present.
I was just curious if, like, you pried further into them to find out what exactly it was.
No, I wanted to appeal both of them. We ended up appealing one. The other one, and I quote, I swear I can't make this up. My client's like, Larry, I'm going to go buy a boat.
Just a little shopping
He's
therapy?
Like, I'd rather not spend my money. What he's saying is, my wife
on
basically made me made a choice. I'd rather not spend on you and legal fees and appealing it. And even though I think we're dead set on winning the appeal, he's like, fuck it, I don't care. I'm going to go buy a boat and retire. He's like 67, 68. So he's up there. He doesn't look it. He looks 52 at best. I hope he's watching this, me saying that. But no, he's a good guy. And then the other one we are appealing. So hopefully we can get something good on there, because I think we have a very solid legal issue. I think the judge made a very incorrect ruling at the outset of the trial. So, but yeah, no, I had, I counted, I still have 9 more trials to go. A couple settled. One got moved. 2 we won by default because the prosecutor buckled. And then my next one is this Friday, so I'm gearing up for this one right now.
Dope. I have a ton of other questions to ask you about your job and all of the things related to that, but we'll try to stick to the topic here right now tonight. So.
Yeah, no, I'm just giving the latest, since I haven't really talked live in like 30 days.
Yeah, totally. So. It's good to see though. But when you say you have 9 more, does that mean you know you're scheduled till the end of the year, or how does that work for you?
Yeah, so I have, like I said, I have a trial. They're all on the calendar. I have one scheduled on the 14th. I had one on the 21st. That one, she couldn't afford us, so she's going with the public defender. Then I have a couple more on the 26th, the 28th, the 4th of November, the 10th of November, the 18th of November, the 2nd of December, the 6th of December, the 14th of December. You get the idea.
Damn.
It's basically like one a week.
We're not going to see much of you unless it gets wild and spicy.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying you won't see me, but it's been kind of difficult squeezing that time in with all the work, but we'll figure it out.
So
nice.
I know you've been on holiday.
Hello?
Yes, Grim, you there?
We hear you, Grim.
Wait, you can hear me?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, hold on. Let me switch my thing come on my headset now. Hold on one second.
It's working now. It's all right.
Now mute yourself.
Hold on,
I know everybody on this panel except for Grim, so I'm not exactly sure.
Grim, introduce yourself.
All right.
Yeah, introduce yourself. Okay, no. Okay.
Grim does edits. He's a LawTube junkie, and he's super smart, and he's probably the Fed. If we had a Feddy in our group, it's probably him. He's too smart for his own good. He's really good at editing, you guys. Like he
does it for good logic.
Yeah.
Well, I don't work for Good Logic. No, I do edits here and there for Andrew.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been with Joe since I think he had like 500 subs.
Wow.
So
wow,
yeah, I've been here for a long time. Yeah.
Some longevity.
Yeah,
yes, sir. These really good people.
So I know you've been on holiday because I've seen you post when you got back. What's been going on? What the hell have I missed about this REKIETA stuff? DUI guy, Larry. Buddy.
Are you talking to me? I don't know. When you say holiday, do you mean vacation? I don't speak Australian. What the fuck is holiday?
I've seen, because I went through some of you guys on.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, I got back from Vegas. It was a workcation.
Oh, workcation.
I was, people started messaging me, I think on Thursday or Friday last week, and they were saying there's something going on. Nick's been banned, and I'm like, what the heck? You know, I wasn't like in the loop. I was completely out of the loop. And so I reached out on Twitter. You can go back, read my tweets. I'm not gonna repeat them here. But I was basically like trying to figure out WTF. And I figured out the whole situation, why he was banned, the mass flagging. I wrapped my head around it, and of course I realized how Nick has been wronged, completely wronged. His ban was completely unjustified. You know, I didn't want to just jump on the wagon. I wanted to make sure I did my research first, because you never know. You never know the things that may or may not happen. So I did my research. I figured it out, and I took Nick's side. I think he's 100% in the right. What happened to him was 100% in the wrong. I tweeted about it. I reached out to Nick privately. I messaged him. I said if he needs any assistance in any way, shape, or form, I'm more than happy to assist in whatever way I can. I don't know what I could do, but you never know. Right. And he said that his partner is on it, is working on it. And I think he was actually back on YouTube, at least like unbanned. I don't think he could have gone live, but he was like unbanned that same day, as a matter of fact. And I was very, very happy. And I messaged him, and I realized he's probably in celebratory mode, so I just kind of left him alone. And yeah, I mean, literally that was it. That was the end of it. And then the weekend came, and I've been relaxing, preparing, blah, blah, blah. And then this morning, apparently shit hit the fan on Twitter and YouTube and everything. And I wasn't privy to all of that until Divinity shared that stuff with me and said, you guys are doing this stream. And I'm just, it sucks. It sucks when, you know, you have people doing certain things and just being who they are and how they are. And Nick is a very vocal person. And like I said on Twitter, you don't have to agree with everything he says. But, you know, I don't know. I think certain people just showed their colors again, for right or for wrong.
It's all about free speech, man. Like,
That's what it is.
YouTube's here. You don't have to be, like you said, you don't have to agree with everyone that you watch. You know, there's a reason why there's an X in the top corner of the screen where you can close it down or change. You know, you don't need to. Everyone's got a right to have their turn to you know, have their turn to speak, and it just sucks to see that a lot of his friends on YouTube turned on him, and not really turned on him. I got pissed off when no one. Use your platform to say something. All right, you've got platforms, you got social medias, you got everything. Do something about it, like, because what's going on is fucking wrong, 100% wrong. And I was just shocked at how no one stepped up. You know, no one, like, they all didn't ban. You know, come in and just fucking give it to YouTube. You know, no, they're scared. They're fucking scared. To me, it felt like they were just scared. You know, we can't talk about Nick REKIETA. He's too edgy. Like, he gives a shit. Fuck. You know, he has
the right to speak his mind. And if YouTube decides to censor him, for example, you know, for certain things that he says, I'm going to stand by him as long as I agree with the stance that he takes. Because Nick is good people in my book. He always has been. Since the Johnny Depp trial, I support him in many, many different ways. I came on his stream. People like to remind me, you know, I got a little boost to my subscriber base and my notoriety because of him, and it's true. I'm never gonna hide that. I mean, that's a fact. It was like early April, I think. People have been telling me I should go on Nick's channel before I even knew who Nick the fuck was. When I was like at 100,000 subscribers, you know. And people were like, I went on, oh God, what was his name? Rob's, not Law and Lumber. There was another guy, very, very political guy. Anyway, I was invited on his channel, and we talked law stuff, and people were like bored out of their skulls. And I'm like, all right, maybe it's not the best idea to go on other lawyers' channels and talk lawyer shit. Nobody listens, nobody cares, and I get it. We're boring, piss boring people. when we start talking about law. But people were like, no, you need to go on Nick. You need to go on Nick. You need to go on Nick. And I was like, okay, I'll reach out and see what happens. And finally, I reached out and I went on. I had a lot of fun. I got to know him a little bit, and he got to know me. And a few weeks later, the Johnny Depp trial was in full swing. And I was like, hey, man, do you mind if I like come on your panel and chitter chatter? And he's like, yeah, here's the link. Come on in. That was the end of April. And the rest is history.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then your second bump would have been when you made the face and everyone thought it was a thing?
No, the second bump was when I was giving the world an inside look into a part of the trial that nobody else was talking about.
Oh, when you
The
started
jury.
going and taking notes.
The reaction to the testimony that accidentally went completely fucking viral didn't really give me anything other than maybe get banned on a certain channel.
Yeah, since you brought it up, I'm going to go there.
Flipping it.
So, when did you find out? How did you find out that someone didn't want you on their platform?
Twitter DM in the middle of my live.
So that live that I did
Play that video.
Damn.
I was watching that live.
Wasn't like a hey, I know you're supposed to show up, but don't. It was like it's pretty much the
No, he
vibe I got
showed
from
the
it.
email. He ended up showing the email, right?
I get to see my press. Well, the second day I did it. The second day, the first day I was like, look, I dislike and despise anything to do with drama. I run away from it as much as I can. I run away from it as far as I can, and when it happens, I try to be as far away from it as I possibly can. But
Fair
in
enough.
this one, I couldn't run fast enough because it creeped up too much and it was just exploding in front of me. So I had to address it, and the only way I could address it is by showing the world, because they were taking her side over what I did, and I had to explain why it's wrong. And then when everybody understood what the facts were, then everything kind of quieted down, and then it exploded
Right.
again.
But at the same time, so it was almost like there were these things festering. So as just a viewer, like I started seeing people being like, Larry eats too loud on the microphone. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, go fuck off. I mean, it was really strange. Like the things that I saw just kind of happening.
When you're starving and you haven't eaten for 12 hours and you have to stream, look, it is what it is. You can hate
People
me. I
are
don't really
strange.
care.
Or
There's an
say
entire
something because
genre
maybe
for
you don't
that.
even realize.
Mukbang stream. Just put hashtag mukbang.
So
in the bottom of the
so it
description,
seemed
you're
like,
good to go.
right, as soon as that
Good to go.
happened, as soon as like it was really a thing, like he really didn't make the face, she really is reacting to it this way, he really just found out live, people were like, also he might have given all this fucking top secret information and moved the people back and compromise the damn courtroom and all this bullshit. And I was like, whoa, like there's context to this that everyone's missing, but they didn't care. So it seemed like people were almost waiting to like pile on to that. Do you remember that stuff? Like they were saying things like you had taken a photo of something and shared the actual, I don't remember this stuff at the, like exactly. Do you know what I'm talking about? They had to like,
It was, yeah.
Right. But
because if I had pulled out my phone, I would have pulled an Eve Barlow and gotten the fuck kicked out of there.
Right. Yeah. And that's what I thought was interesting. It's like people were almost waiting to have these few or couple of things to be like, Andy's an asshole. It's like, whoa, what's going on here? Why? It was very strange. But you know what? Here is what I found out. I might be saying too much, but it seems like the Depp trial brought a lot of libtards into the fold because they somehow, like they could see that this was wrong. And so we had to deal with a lot of people who were not willing to understand context. They just wanted to be like, what did Legal Bites tell us to think? We think that. You know what I mean? And so it was a lot of weeding out those kind of people. Sheep.
I think at the end of the day, the way it unfolded was just everybody show. Because here's the thing. When shit goes down, when there are problems, that's when people show their true colors.
100%.
And we learned almost throughout that whole ordeal with LawTube, and not just that one little incident, but the incidents that followed and the incidents that preceded. The internet got a chance to, because like this is the first time the spotlight was on a group of 20, 25 individuals on top of this trial, right? So when things go wrong, like I said, people start showing their true colors, and the internet is what? It's comprised of people. It's a collective of individuals who are watching this stuff unfold, are making determinations, and you're going to have certain individuals create an opinion about certain people. And what ends up happening is the collective hive mind collectively begins to agree on certain points, and opinions are made about certain people. And so that's exactly what happened in this trial. People got nicknames, people got ideas about them. They got their personality was a bit more visible, and most people were like, all right, this is what I think of this individual, and that's that. And it's very hard to change that once it's already established.
Definitely.
So again, for better or for worse, what happened, in my opinion, would have happened no matter what. This was just the opportunity for this information to be shared in the way that it was, because it was very, very condensed. There was a lot of eyeballs. Okay, so like I said, spotlight eyeballs were on this whole thing. And again, look at the pattern keeps repeating. I mean, you guys can see what's happening with Nick right now.
Exactly.
I was a little, honestly, to be completely honest, I've been so out of the loop on all this shit. When I got caught up today, I was actually a little surprised. Like, this came out of the blue. I don't understand why anybody would say the things that they say. But hey, you know what? I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to observe and participate. So,
exactly.
The bottom line.
Popcorn,
Well, that's interesting. So it seems like politics-wise, you could see that Nick originally decided, I'm going to stay neutral as I can while addressing it. Same with you. You said, okay, I accept your apology, and neutral as I can without addressing it. And just let the shit show play out, because eventually, it's like 3 months later, here we are again going, oh, that's who these people are, and they just kind of weed themselves out. And so now you can come back, or at least Nick was able to come back and say, listen, I was basically too politically correct, and maybe I shouldn't have been. And these people, thankfully we see who they are, and they can fuck off now, which is nice. And they have their own following now, so maybe it's easier for him to say. I mean, he kind of said that because he said,
I'm not here to take sides. The internet will decide. The thing is, the facts are on the table, and the people will speak. That's really the bottom line. There's no need to fuel this fire.
No. But what Nick said yesterday on Drex, he said a part of him, once he knew that was a thing, and they felt a way about him that he was unaware of until yesterday, that he wanted to invite them on a panel just to see if they'd show up. And he's like, but now I'm doing this, and it's a different thing. I'm going a different direction with it. But I'm like, yeah, that would have been interesting to see how much they really just wanted to milk him for who he is. Use him, really. And that's sad. And I'm glad he didn't have to go that way, because it's just more drama, like you're saying. But it is interesting to me that you do the right thing, and you step away, and you're just like, whatever, do your thing. And that's politics. It really was politics, because you guys could have been like, here's the receipts immediately, and you didn't. You just said, okay, shake hands and move along, because the internet's a big place. There's enough people. Let's just do it. Now here we are.
I just wanted to help Nick because I like him, because I think Nick is cool. I think Nick is smart. And when I saw that he was suffering, I didn't know how long it was going to last. I wanted to reach out and extend an olive branch. Well, it's not really an olive branch. We're on good terms, but extend a helping hand is a better phrase. Extend a helping hand, and he, like I said, he ended up not needing me, and he was back very shortly thereafter. But if not everybody has to be of that same opinion, but I don't know, it's Nick's whatever he wants to do with it, that's his prerogative. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he's done with it now, but I mean, I always like it for my sake, because I'm always like, no, don't fucking shield these people. Like, air them out. And so it's like, even though it took 3 months, I'm like, okay, this is why people are like, well, people are going really hard for legal bites or, you know, Hogue or whatever. I'm like, yeah, because we see it. It's really easy to see if you're just sitting around paying attention to how they treat people.
Hogue only turned on Nick because of legal bites, because he sucks her cock, you know what I mean? So
So
Okay.
one of the things that I wanted to bring up was the abuse of automated systems. Right, this is not a one-time thing. This isn't a one-off thing. It isn't just on YouTube either. It's on multiple platforms. If you're a gamer, right? For example, play like World of Warcraft, right? You know about AFK flagging the opponent's team
Mm-hmm.
and a PvP, and they get kicked out, and then you just win, right? And so people will always exploit anything that is, if you give them that ability, they will take advantage of it. And that's just people wanting to get a leg up. That's not even people, you know, with spite in their heart. So,
Or is it?
no, I'm saying like in the video games, like it's just
Okay.
people trying to get a leg up, not necessarily spite. So when you add that the spite and political aspect and different camps and tribes and all that, yeah, it's going to get abused. And so I think this is a much larger discussion of, hey, big tech, how about you take that capability the fuck away? Remember back in like 2015, 2016, you remember this shit? Okay, so back in 2015, 2016, they came in and YouTube tried to do like the accredited flaggers bullshit. You guys remember this? You remember this? 2015,
Yeah.
2016, like the accredited
Yes.
flaggers, like, oh, we can go flag stuff and it'll just automatically nuke it, right? And everybody freaked out. No, now it's just you technically have that capability. It's just you need enough people, right? They just need to stop it. They need to get rid of that. They do not have it just automatically.
Diamonds and Henna, shut the fuck up.
legal mindset went bloody live. I must have went to. I did go half an hour.
Oh yeah, you're
He's talking about friggin' Elon Musk anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I think fair, but anyway, so what's up?
I forgot what I was going to ask. I was going to say something about what Grim was saying about the 3 strikes thing and him coming back from it and it being a shitty system, but I don't remember now.
Oh yeah, so I was talking about the abuse of automated systems, right?
Mhm.
And this is just a thing that occurs, and it should be taken away. Like, if these corporations are going and they're putting this out there to try to automate their processes to make things easier on their end, but it ends up causing a negative effect on the community at large. And so, you get people who want to abuse the system, and then it'll just end up destroying your bottom line in the future. So I think it's a major gap in their understanding, right?
Like,
as far as they're putting themselves at risk.
These LAWTUBERs, right, that don't want to have Nick's back, right? That's what I mean. The system out there it's fucking broken, okay? So they can be taken down anytime they want from doing that shit,
The same way, you mean?
Yeah. That's the same way.
It doesn't take many people.
No.
It
Well,
doesn't
that's why I
take
think
many.
Nick brought it up. I think that's why Nick brought up what they did to DUI guy and why it mattered, because he's not looking at it as like, so what, your stream is down for a couple weeks. He's looking like, if this was a real brick and mortar business and these people came by and just leveled it one night and you show up the next day and everything's gone. I mean, he got it back. Yeah, we know that now. But at the time, like, everything could have stayed gone. It's just gone. All of your work,
Imagine everybody
everything
go
done.
like, do not do this. Do not do this. Do not
Don't say
do
it,
this.
maybe.
But you know how YouTube took away the likes because the White House had a bunch of downvotes.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. Do not do that.
Well, Sean said he was going to be back soon, but I don't know where he's gone to.
I mean, LawTube's gay.
Anyway,
It's always going to be
I was
gay.
going through all of the LAWTUBERs on YouTube, and with all the ones in my favorite, like Legal Voices, Legal Bites, Good Logic, the DUI guy, Boss Attorney Bree, Eric Hunley, Law Talk with Mike, Uncivil Law, Potential Criminal, Legal Mindset, Ron Coleman, Andrea Beckhart, whatever her fucking name is, Hogs Dork, Emily DeBaker, Rekeieta Law, Nate the Lawyer, Viva Freya, Law and Lumber, Natalie the Lawyer Chick. Out of all of them, 4 only spoke about Nick Rekeieta. All right, fucking 4.
But you're talking about independently.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Why does that matter?
Why?
Yeah.
It matters. It matters because they're in the same boat as Nick. They're lawyers. They talk about They talk about whatever they fucking want. Okay, they can be taken down anytime. Like what Grim said, the system's broken. Okay.
Was it first they came to the Congress?
Nick Rekeieta has supported all these LAWTUBERs, all of them. He's had their back. They've been on his show once or twice or more. All right, Grifted gotten subs from him. All right, he's like everyone said, he's made them. To me, most of these LAWTUBERs wouldn't be where they are, you know, and not including you, the DUI guy, because you were already up there.
He helped, but I see where you're getting at. I see the point
you know what I mean?
you're
Like,
making.
it's
kind of like a solidarity. Forget the concept, because here's what I thought you were headed, and I'm glad you didn't say it. Now I agree with you. I agree with Nick. There is no such thing as LawTube. LawTube does not exist, like, other than as a fictional creation of the masses. Okay, it's the categorical description of a certain group of individuals that are still individualized. We're not a collective. We're a collection of individuals who are kind of doing a similar thing on the internet, on YouTube specifically, and that is, quote unquote, LawTube. Well, it's not like, one of us gets hurt and now we immediately feel an obligation that we need to jump to the other's defense. It's each individual makes their own independent decision. Do I care? If I do, okay, do I take any action? And if I do take action, what is it? And some people took all those 3 steps, like you said, let's say 4 of them. I don't know. You know the number. I don't know the number. I know I'm one of them. And there were some others that either sat on the sidelines or said something to the opposite effect, or I don't know. I don't know. But the bottom line is, and this is where I agree with you, we do need to support each other, because at the end of the day, it's not, if one of us gets lost, it's not, oh, great, more for me. Yeah, exactly. It's who's next is the question. And this is what some of these people don't understand.
Exactly right. It's not about, like, they say they did get some of them, they got struck the same way as Nick. They would be hoping Nick has got a big platform, big followers. They would hope Nick will have their back. You know what I mean? Why can't they do the same? They're all in the same boat. All you guys are all in the same shit. You guys are talking about edgy shit, borderlines, sometimes here and there, and you guys can be taken down anytime. But as soon as one of their big creators in the same field as all you guys get taken down, they shut up. They shut up, or they don't, or they say something stupid. I don't know. So to me, it's just a bit of a dog act.
So I think my interpretation of what's going right is I think it's important for people, specifically when covering law or politics or anything like that, to speak up about something like this, because as our society shifts to become more polarized, they will end up reaching for tools, right? And so if this tool is allowed to exist, it's going to happen. So it's very important to speak up, because law and the interpretation of the law is necessary, can be interpreted politically, right? And so that could then turn around and cause targets And so you just want to keep the speech going, remove that whole option off the table so that we can have political discourse, talk about the law, talk about interpretations, and not just resort to, oh, here's the next biggest rock.
Okay. So legal mindset, just go back to me. Yeah, got to come on after a quick.
Oh, is Nate the lawyer chat? Somebody's dropping hearts.
Nate in chat. Didn't say.
I think so.
I need to go let my dog out before he gets
oh my God,
punted.
everyone's leaving me.
To
So
a
apparently, legal mindset might be coming on after. Jeez, how long does you think I want to stream for? God damn. Yeah. So
I got a question for DUI guy real quick. That's all right.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah. What's up?
Hey, so you have any more good takedowns of any E-Town courthouses? Because that's right in my backyard. So
I have several. I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5 trials that I can think of off the top of my head that are currently on YouTube, either in part or. Have you checked the playlists?
No. But what are they?
Yeah.
Are they split up by state or not state? County or
county? Well, yes and no. I mean, okay. So I used to never post whole trials. I used to just take like the police, cross-examination. That's always the meat. That's the most attractive piece of every trial that I've ever done. So I used to just post those, but then people were like, well, we want to see the rest of it. So I started posting some of my victories. And let's see, if you go to my playlists, you have the took them 5 minutes to come back, not guilty. That's a Hardin County one. I thought I had more. Maybe Hardin County, I didn't post too many whole trials, I guess. But Judge, your bias is showing, that's a Hardin County one. But yeah,
it's really incestuous in this region, so that's why I was just I love it when I see him get smacked. So you know exactly what I'm talking about.
They have a hard on for me because I always give them a hard time, but it's okay. See, to me, it's part of the game. It's part of the job. I never do it personally. I never take it personally. They take it personally sometimes. Actually, I had a prosecutor. In which trial was it? It was one of the later ones that I did. I thought I posted the whole thing. Maybe I didn't. There's a couple pieces out. But anyway, in that trial, the prosecutor, I called him out. I called him out in my closing argument. I said, look, he doesn't have a stake in this game. He brought this case to trial. He's going home. It's my guy who's got a problem. Potentially not going home. And oh my God, he was prosecutor for the first 7 minutes of his closing. He was like, Mr. Foreman this and Mr. Foreman that. And I'm just like, mission accomplished, baby. He
Get a man for the
focused
jury.
on his own closing argument. Yeah. And at the end, I came up to him and he's like, Mr. Foreman, I want to let you know, in 30 years of my career, I have never not shook someone's hand at the end of the trial. And basically, you're the first fucking one. And I'm like, oh my God, what an honor. Are you serious? In 30 years, I'm the first one.
Well,
I ended up creaming him. Yeah, it was good. It was a fun win.
I see you end up creaming him and yourself, I guess. That was awesome.
Okay.
We don't go there.
No. All right, so let's press.
Okay, so Davini sent me this just before the stream. Just want to quickly play this.
Oh, so recap.
Yeah, there's an echo. Someone has speakers on.
It'll be me. Just I won't talk through this part.
Echo.
Feature, just really subtle reaction. Not sure you picked up on it.
Yeah, it's very YouTuber with a red arrow somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that is one of those things about having cameras in the courtroom. And you can also sometimes pick up the audience reactions.
All coming together.
Alita, can I give the link to James from court?
We gotta talk backstage.
Okay. Because it was just a super chat 10 seconds ago saying he was looking for it.
Okay. he does have the link up. We'll talk backstage.
My
Cecilia,
apologies.
that's okay. Cecilia,
Let's see if we can get somebody from the LawTube community in the chat, or not in the chat, excuse me. Okay. You do realize that my reaction was not intentional.
I could say the same thing by taking Amber Heard as a client for you.
Oh, shoot.
Hardly. I find that to be purely logical. Thank you.
Now, are you aware that
Ben
Mr.
Chu
Depp's
liked that.
attorneys were
He did.
well
Mhm.
I wonder if it might be possible to play the clip I posted in private chat, because I think the audience's reactions are interesting.
So he was kept out of the courthouse.
Yeah, he
And-
came on my show that morning, and he was on with me for quite a while, and then he went to do his own stream.
or a certain percentage of people basically want a pound of flesh from LB. Like they want a pound of flesh from her. Like that they feel the apology wasn't sufficient, and that's a subjective thing. Whether or not how you read that apology is what you take from it is objectively. It's a subjective call.
So let me just kill that. All right.
That was it.
That was when all that shit was going down. Okay. If I can
Over nothing, literally.
her apology video that she took down.
Mm-hmm.
She tried to apologize, which it wasn't. It was just garbage. I'm working on a video because I've got that original clip still. The Duncan stream with Nick REKIETA. The stuff that he says in that, all right, I'm going to replace Duncan with her, with that, apology. You just see it. It's friggin' nuts.
Really that good?
It's going to be epic. It's going to be the funniest shit you're going to see.
I never got to see the apology.
You never? It was fucking hopeless, man. It was garbage. She can't. Look, she's lost. What did I say? 10,000. Right, she lost 2,000 subs in the last 24 hours.
She's got him to lose.
Hope
She has a
lost another
shitload.
1,000
Wait, what?
last night.
Again?
So Hope lost another 1,000. She's lost 2,000 in 24 hours.
Oh, that's brutal.
So that's what happens when you fucking.
Wait, this
talk
says
shit.
I'm missing like
KB
what was
said non-apology
what
is
was
still on
specifically
YouTube.
said though. Like, what did she specifically say? Like, that's what I don't understand. I mean, I was out of town. I was traveling down to Tennessee to go deal with stuff this weekend, but I didn't catch like the specific.
Did you watch it on Drex? Drex showed it all, and he went crazy at her. I mean, holy crap!
So
Oh, okay.
I think
All right. I'll
Drex,
I'll watch the whole Drex thing.
Yeah, it's about halfway through.
I think Drex's thing was her tweet was sort of half-assed at best, and then you saw Law Nerd's clip of them hoes ain't loyal, or these hoes ain't loyal. Did you?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so those are, I think, the two catalysts to him being like, fuck these people for not having my back. Yeah. I don't know that I didn't see her saying anything on there unless I've missed it.
Oh, I mean, I think, well, I know Andrew, I think he did a video where he went through and was like, look, everybody said something. Somebody said, some people said things, like came out in hard support, and other people just kind of said it and then moved on, but everybody said something. It's like, yeah, all right. So
I didn't see that video.
Oh yeah, that exists. If you want, I can get you that clip. It's not hard. Yeah,
I think I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting the different ways that people supported him. I think I get Madcore's point. Like, if Nick was the springboard for all of these, most of them, or a lot of these channels' growth, then like when he gets completely deleted, maybe they could just you know, even just use their community post to say
My
something.
point is just why can't like if they
Because-
came, look, it would be good if they came and said, "Oh, we're going to do it," because actually I was going to do a stream that weekend, a free REKIETA stream. I started to invite LAWTUBERS on. Most of them all agreed they were going to, you know, hop up on the stream, all right? And but then I woke up to his channel being returned. I'm like, God damn it!
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
It
Alex
reminds
Jones?
me at the beginning of, not the beginning, the tail end of the Johnny Depp trial. I remember I was naive and hopeful, and call me all sorts of things, please, because I really I can be an idealist and a dreamer.
I was
get
too.
that. And then fucking reality hits you right in the face, right? Potentially criminal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We both got there like right as it all fell apart.
I was making shirts with like LawTube on it. And I'm like, this is gonna be so much fun. We're all in this
Wow, really?
together. Let's fucking go.
Damn.
Little did I know, and then, you know, the backstab and the excommunication and all this, and then I watched Nick's video, and Nick was like, anytime money is involved, fucking run from these like groups and groups of people, because people get really fucking greedy, and they're like, let me have just a smaller, even if I can have just a smaller, bigger piece of the pie, they're gonna go for it. The rest be damned. You used to be a staple of my channel. You are now a pawn, as long as I get more dollars and cents at the end of Tuesday night. And it's sad, and you don't think in this perspective when you don't have that mindset, but certain people do, and they're willing to sacrifice you. They'll burn you at the stake just for a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna
And-
say, even in our small community, we don't even make. It's not like we even have money between us, and people still want to get in, even just clout chasing, just to be close to somebody who has like 1,000 subs. It's fucking lame.
Well, you're doing this just
Yeah.
for the cash.
Well, Larry, have you been following along
I'm
with what's been
demonetized.
going on with the whole bot sentinel thing in Twitter with Nate, the lawyer?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
I'm on top of that for the most part.
Imagine had that hit and LawTube was still like a thing. Imagine how quick that would have fell apart. Like that would have imagine how quickly things would have torn itself apart and people would have drawn sides. Like that would have been 100 times worse. I'm kind of glad it imploded over Johnny Depp. In hindsight.
Yeah. So that it could be where it's at now to deal with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, figure out who the real ones are.
But...
Yeah, well,
I mean,
LawTube's over. Well, they still want to call themselves LawTube. Good for them.
I still call it LawTube because
It's
it's
a
like
collective
ordering
of
a Coke.
individuals.
It's a genre.
It's
It's
just
a
a
genre.
yeah, it's a genre. That's a great way to put it. It's a genre. It's not an organization by any means. It's like LegalTube, LawTube, or somebody. What did they say? It was a kind of a funny name they gave it. Lawtism.
Yeah.
Lawtism. I like that.
Perfect.
It's
That's what it should be. That's what it
kind of
should be.
derogatory, just a little bit, maybe in a way. I don't know.
Necessarily,
Not a
though.
little too
Attention
much
to
like
detail.
autism, but hey,
The
autism
truth,
can be
that's
very
the
good.
deepest, though.
We
Yeah,
have
it does.
Yeah.
somebody with Asperger's who's what, the first, second richest person in the world. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, he's getting the next order of business now that this YouTube thing's handled, right? Twitter. So when are we going to start going through and everybody tagging Elon Musk? So we need to have our eyes out and just start tagging Elon Musk in everything. Release Nick REKIETA and just go ham on it. Like when are we going to do this? Because we need to get his Twitter account back because that same crap happened to him. And so I want to know, when does he actually get the keys to the car? Because once he gets the keys to the car, I think we just drop the brick on the pedal and go.
Yeah.
That needs to happen.
Like, apparently,
Well, I'm looking to get out of the Twitter gulag myself, so Daddy Elon needs to get it done.
All right. So hashtag
Daddy
free
Elon.
Rekeda, hashtag free potentially criminal.
Yep, that's free the
Because I
LAWTUBERs.
heard once he
Yeah.
takes over that a lot of the accounts that are banned are going to be returned if you do the appeal.
Oh, cool. So you just do the appeal and they'll be like, oh, okay, here
That's
we
what
go.
I heard. Once he full takes over.
All right, cool.
Allegedly.
We'll see what happens out there. Eh? Jeez. See, in Australia, that's not.
But Kermit. Oh, sorry. Twitter, you mean?
You say Kermit?
Yeah, right.
I said Book Kermit.
I don't use it. I don't use it.
Book Kermit said, I lost track. Has Elon got Twitter or not? And I'm pretty sure that he's now buying it. Yeah, like it's official.
Well, he was going to. I think he was going to get it Friday, and they agreed, and they turned around and said no, they don't agree, and now it's like on some kind of weird spot. That's the last because he was supposed to pick it up on Friday. So, but I think Twitter turned around and was like, "Oh, you want to give us what you originally said?" No. So I think they're playing that game again.
Good God.
I think they're going for another round of just litigate, go back and forth. Like
that won't.
Do you
end
think
well
they
for
want
him.
to? Yeah, for Elon.
Well, no,
Yeah,
I
'cause
think
they wanna
it'll
get
help
him out of
him
position.
because they sued him saying no, you owe us the $54 billion, and he said okay, fine, here, and now they're saying oh no, we don't want it now. Then
the hell
why
do
did
you
you
want
guys
then?
come to court? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised that Elon hasn't brought up that the people who are currently at Twitter knowingly hired foreign spies and gave like China like their liaisons access and full admin control to create accounts and do all that. And they went and did a query, had 50 million Twitter employees, and they had like unrestricted, unlogged, unmonitored access to everything. Yeah, I'm blown away that like he didn't bring this up. Right?
Yeah.
Given
maybe,
that
right?
given that he has contracts with the federal government, like why hasn't he brought this up?
I
But
don't know.
that's for a whole nother day.
Anyway, since I'm demonetized, I'm gonna fucking do this and give a shit.
Uh-oh, what's it gonna be?
He's saying,
Oh, no.
Oh, you are demonetized?
Rick, I'm demonetized. I've been demonetized for like 4 months, man.
All right, which one is it?
Dude, that is a fucking bummer. I had no idea.
Yeah, I'm demonetized.
Can I ask why, or is this an off-stream conversation? That's amazing.
Fucking nuts, man. Holy shit.
Wild.
It was such a good, it was a good interview.
I can't
Good for
believe
him.
he got invited to do like his own spot and everything. That's nuts. His own
It's like, hey, you want an hour long show on InfoWars once a week?
Fuck, that'd be sick.
That'd be crazy.
That will blow up. That will fucking blow up.
That would absolutely go insane.
Oh man. Oh, that'd be nuts. But there you go, guys.
Well, I
Wait.
texted Nick earlier today. I'm like, you need to get Alex to do like have him do a recording of Unbreaded and then just like hold on to it till his trials are over.
Imagine
And
that.
just have him like as a guest spot.
Yes.
That would be
And
good.
just have him include have him insert the globalist or whatever he wants to do instead.
No. Have him do the whole touchdown on paper. Unbreaded. I want to hear Jones doing it.
Oh yeah, Alex Jones say that.
Please. Take us to church, Jones.
Take Alex Jones to church.
Dizzy, totally agree. Legobytes is a fucking bitch. Fuck it. Fuck her.
You know, I always really just felt like she got
I think Hoag's a bigger
mixed
bitch
in.
than that. That
yeah,
really
I
upset me.
think. Okay, so I think Hoag was being a bigger bitch than that too. But I did the edit of
they all
these
got-
two, and
all
I
got
listened
disgusting.
to what Nick was saying. He said. Someone invited me to a thing, which is the wedding. Well, Hoag didn't invite him to a wedding. So clearly it was Legal Bites who was feeling a way about him and didn't want to come. Didn't want him to come.
What then? That's what I'm.
Which
He
I thought
already
was
wasn't
very
going to be
strange.
able to be there.
Right. And then he said he could be there. But after the fact, I don't know. To me, I was like, wait, why?
Big bitch. Yep.
See, it's hard for me to see that in people. It's really, I even still, even knowing this, I'm like, maybe she just got caught up in shit.
Do you think that she invited him though because she knew he had something else on, and she knew that he would say no?
Why did she invite any of them? Like the fact that Rob is standing
because
next
he's
to her
got
and
no
she's
friends.
known him for fucking 30
He's got no
days. I'm
friends.
like, that's your wedding, right, bitch? I mean,
get
I
invited
know
to
you got a
your
lot of
wedding?
extra
Sorry,
money
you
and a
get
party
invited.
is a party, but
Originally, I was
invited.
invited to the wedding as well. I don't
Isn't
know if
that
anybody
weird?
knew that.
Bullshit.
wait, were you disinvited?
No, I don't know if I was uninvited. I was definitely invited. In the very, very beginning. So, like, I've known Legal Bites for about a couple of weeks, and she said in a Twitter DM, she was like, "Look, I see you as part of like my extended, LegalTube family. So I'm inviting everybody." And she invited Nate and Rob and Ian and me, and I guess Nick probably, and Emily. I think she invited literally the entire LawTube, as far as I know. Because I got
she
an
invited
invite
me.
too.
It was way too short notice.
There you go. And I had
And
a
I felt
jury
bad I couldn't
trial
make it.
the day of her wedding, so I had the ultimate excuse no matter what happens. But yeah, no, I don't think she ever. I mean, because after the drama happens, the wedding was like at the end of July, and all the drama happened at the end of May. So there was like a 2-month buffer. But as far as I know, I never got an uninvite. As far as I know, but
yeah.
I come and they invited you.
Like I wasn't able to make it, and I felt bad that I couldn't make it. So I do forging as a hobby. I made her.
So you do forging
husband,
like
forged
IDs
documents?
or
No, like
passports.
No, but people already think I'm a criminal anyway. No, but I like
Potentially.
blacksmithing for fun, and I forged out like a set of napkin rings for her and her husband.
Stop it. I didn't know
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, and I was like, I can't make it, but I would like to give you something really cool, and yeah, I was like, well,
Aw,
God,
you're
I
the
feel
best.
like I was like, well, that turned out to go well down the road.
I mean,
So you're a medieval arms dealer. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Alrighty.
she sure as hell blocked the UI guy from her live chat. Biatch. Yeah, everything that happened after that, it's very strange. I think that whatever, it's part of the drama mill. Like there's so much that probably goes into it. Who could even sort it out at this point?
And the weirdest thing is the way I understand the whole with Hogue. Nick ran into Hogue and kind of like they knew each other first. Like they knew each other way before Johnny Depp started. So that was that made it even weirder, I think. Especially for Hogue to go the way he went.
Yeah, I wonder. So you know how it seemed like with Kurt, he was always joking, but people never got the joke. When I watched Hogue make those comments, like he said 100 things about me or whatever, I wonder if it was just like that's just a joke and he doesn't even really mean it to care. And then saying, don't make me defend YouTube because he's a lawyer. So I wonder if he's just getting, I don't know what the rest of the context is, but a part of me always wants to play the devil's advocate and be like, maybe he's innocent. Because why, like you're saying, why would it go that way? That doesn't make sense. But I don't know how guys are. Maybe guys are just as jealous as chicks. So maybe it's just a fucking weird ass thing where he wants to be him.
Some people are just afraid of taking sides because, oh my God, what if I take the losing side? So I'm going to sit on the fence indefinitely. And that way I can't lose. I can't win either, but at least I can't lose.
Right.
As like Nick said, it comes down to money. It's all about the money.
Oh.
They're worried about, like you said, you say they did pick the losing side. It's going to damage their reputation, their platform that they stream on. That brings them in. You know what I mean? It's going to affect them. It all comes down to money. Like Nick told you at the start, when money's involved, fucking run.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
I mean, and that's something I learned growing up. It's like, if you give your friend, you don't loan your friends money, or like you don't loan family money. You give them money, and if they pay you back, be pleasantly surprised.
Right. So you don't expect anything.
Matrix, you should highlight his comment right there. That's
Her.
very well put, or her, sorry.
It's okay.
Very well
Yes.
put, milady.
100%. Well, which one? She said a couple different things.
You stand your
The
ground with
last
friends.
one.
Wait.
Oh, okay. I thought the brain cell one was there too. Pretty important.
Oh, I missed
But
that
like
one,
you
maybe.
also stand your ground with friends. That means you have to tell your friends when they're actually the fucked up
don't
ones. And
delete
I think
any
people have a hard
comments
time with
made
both
in
of
chat.
those.
Well, no, I agree. But I mean, I kind of told. I was telling Andrew, Legal Mindset, this the one night. I said even if Nick had done wrong, I'd have been out there like some of those, moms out in the hood screaming, "My baby didn't do nothing wrong." Like, I got. There's no. Like, I mean, I hate to say it. There's like nowhere else to go. Like, it's kind of one of those deals. Where, like, especially in this environment, we're kind of backed into a corner. So,
right.
But yeah,
And your
I had no
lawyers,
problem.
you argue for a living. You have a platform. He is your friend. He's actually fucking right in this instance. Like, what else do you need?
Yeah, I mean, I went on that night and I was just like, I just wanted to go on there and just tell everybody it's going to be okay. And just, I don't think any of those people cared about me saying it, but I wanted to tell them to fuck off and hopefully it got to them.
Totally. Any negativity gets to anyone. They don't want to hear it.
Well, I hope they heard it.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
I hope Lucas hears this. Lucas. You're a real boy, Lucas.
I'm a real boy.
Yes, you're always going to be a real boy. With that Italian hairline.
Listen,
Oh,
Lucas,
man.
I
saw
think
the-
you're
saw the
pulling it
meme, right?
off. I don't know any of this bullshit. I do think your simps are a bunch of fucking bitches. I think Duncan was obviously a female at birth. We could probably all agree with that. And
Oh, no, I think Duncan's a pedophile.
Is it that bad?
I'm a geneticist and I work with children. I'm sure you do work with children, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a geneticist. It's like, what do you
Okay.
do? Oh, well, I stream on Twitch. Nobody likes my studies. I bet it's some like Joseph Mengele level shit. Instead, I'm on Twitch. And I have like a $500,000 house I
agree.
pay like $200 on a month. Okay.
Oh, God. Yeah, that was an interesting bit.
Yeah.
I'm so glad Nick's stuff is back so we can all watch that again.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to watch it again, but at least anybody who hasn't seen it, they do get to see it. That was a nightmare.
Well, this has been a fun stream. Andrew didn't show up. I'm not sure.
Where's
if
he
he's
at?
still
Is he
streaming.
still streaming?
I'm checking now.
Let's
Let me see. I've had him pulled up on the other window. Yeah, he's still going. Yeah, he's still going.
So what I'll do, hold on, I will raid into his.
But Yellow Flash 2 is in his chat right now.
Yellow Flash 2 retweeted the fuck, why'd I say that? He shared my video today. I was like, wait a minute, is this real?
Wow, damn.
And so did Grimace Bar.
Awesome.
Yeah, you guys seem to have liked that one. I appreciate you
Yeah,
guys.
that was a good one.
Thank you. I had a Red Bull at like 1 o'clock this morning. I'm like, I'm doing this. And then I still fell asleep before I could post any videos, but I woke up early.
Oof.
Eh.
Yeah, I didn't end up doing anything with that Russell Brand competition. I just didn't have the time.
That was so cool. Yeah, same.
Yeah, that would have been awesome, but just didn't have time.
Russell Brand had a cool competition looking for clips, people, and your two favorite clippers here just kind of gaffed it off because we fucked with Nick instead.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I make fun of. Oh, by the way, I make fun of Duncan tomorrow.
You
A little
do?
bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, last Thursday I was kind of getting my, just at him at the end after Nick achieved his final victory. But then I found his stream on Twitch in the day in between, and he talks so much shit.
That's what you're
And
saying.
it's
People
so
are
smug.
unsmugging right now.
So smug.
That's
Yeah.
what
Oh
we're
yeah.
trying
There's an exodus. Oh, and I found out that I'm just a kind of a schlubby douchebag here on YouTube, and like I checked I looked at his lives. He's got like 60,000 people that follow him, and he could barely get like 1,000 views. And I'm like looking at what I do, and I was like, I do. It was amazing comparing the numbers.
You're running
I was
circles
blown
around
away
it.
today whenever I saw your stream. I pulled it up. I was like, wait. That's not 29. That's 2.9. Wait, what? Like,
No,
what?
trust me. I in the middle of that stream when there were like 3,300 people on there. God, it was hard to keep up.
Holy
with
shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Thanks,
he
man.
insanity today. Like, GG,
Love
man.
you.
Congrats.
Yeah, good for you.
Thanks for the donate matrix.
So,
Awesome.
I'm sorry. So
You're awesome, mate.
Rackets, I guess he's going to be making his YouTube into a clips channel for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to probably lay low till all the heat burns off.
I think he's going to wait till his strikes are all gone, I think, and then he'll do some streams on YouTube. That's what I think he'll do. He'll wait till they're wiped off.
Thanks for the invite. I was glad to hear some opinions and clear the air on certain things.
Like I said, you got brought up again.
Good to see you.
Pleasure meeting you, Larry.
Likewise, I'm sure I'll see you again.
Oh yeah,
Good.
yeah,
I'm
you'll
going
see
to
me
end this
around.
video anyway, guys. I can't raid Legal Boys because he hasn't added me or ticked his box.
Larry, it's good to see you again. It's been a little while, man. So
likewise, Sean.
But you got to raid him.
Good luck coming up.
Definitely good to see you.
Camera makes me say,
Same to you.
invite him, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming on, Divinity, DUI guy, potentially criminal, and Goomsbar. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Hey,
Madcore.
appreciate you, man.
You guys fucking legends.
See you later, chat.
and I'll
Bye, Dev.
See you guys later.
See you guys.
Bye, Sean.
Good night,
to see
everybody.
you guys.